Another day, another angry video game nerd. But this time he's reviewing a Shrek game, which is for the GBC. I can assume it's for the Game Boy Colors. But still, it's kind of surprising.
Do you have any idea what an ogre can do to you?
Oh my gosh.
Make a suit from your freshly peeled skin. Shave your liver. Squeeze the jelly from your eyes.
Oh no! She's reciting Shrek lines.
Earlier that day.
Remember that movie Shrek? Came out in 2001. Out of nowhere, just became this big monster hit. Even won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. But was it really that good? Well, I think I should check it out again. The movie was kind of a parody of Disney. It mocked the way they would dumb down public domain fairy tales, like adding unnecessary sidekicks and inserting a ton of pop culture references just to make the source material more marketable, allowing them to juice them for sequels, spin-offs, theme park rides, toys, and video games. Shrek is an ogre who's forced on a quest to save a princess by a pint-sized lord. On the way, Shrek gains allies, like a talking donkey, and learns the true meaning of friendship, onions, beauty being on the inside, and you know, all that shit. But first, a word from our sponsor. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Angry Video Game Nerd on Shrek's Fairy Tale Freakdown. But before we fill our ears with swamp water, let's first off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/cinemassacre. So anyway, I gotta rewatch Shrek, but of all these million streaming services, I don't know which one it's on. Is it Amazon or Peacock or whatever? And you know me, I'm old school, just got a new cell phone finally, so I need to track down a
That's not a new cell phone.
physical copy, even if it's VHS. I did get this VHS tape, Shrek Retold. This was sent by a fan. This is actually a remake scene by scene. Now that's some commitment right there, but we need to find the actual movie. The video stores, well, that's out. I know, the library. And not just any library, the Library of Congress. That's right, Shrek was just entered into the National Film Registry. It is now as culturally significant as the original Dracula, 2001 Space Odyssey, Saving Private Ryan, and Citizen Kane. There's just...
Is it really? James likes to overdo it with the sets once in a while, doesn't he?
one problem. I asked the Library of Congress for a copy, and they sent me this weird version. That's for the Game Boy Advance, which also came with Shark Tale. Ugh, how convenient. Your tax dollars at work. Yeah, there is this weird period in gaming history where you could get movies or TV shows made to play on your portable gaming console.
Dude, I had several movies for my PSP, and I only have one actual CD for the PSP, which is Godzilla 1998, a guilty pleasure movie. I've lost a PSP a couple times. But nowadays, life has been made easier with laptops and whatnot. Although, I will admit, I sometimes miss the PSP. Sometimes it's the little things we miss the most.
I actually have a couple of movies made for the Sony PSP. Here we have Starship Troopers, awesome, and the Not Awesome Black Dawn, starring Steven Seagal. Why the fuck do I even own this? I gotta be honest, I'd rather not watch Shrek on a tiny-ass Game Boy Advance screen. I want to watch it on my TV. So luckily, I have the Game Boy Player for the GameCube. The Game Boy Player is basically just an amped-up Super Game Boy, but it can play Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games, all on your GameCube. And if I have to say game one more fucking goddamn time, I'm gonna go insane. Just realized, the whole playing Game Boy on your TV thing skipped the Nintendo 64. I mean, there was the Wide Boy 64, but it wasn't released to the public. That thing's almost as wide as Shrek's ass. First, you grab your GameCube by the purse handle thing. Second, snap the player into the large port on the bottom, and then it has to be screwed in. You think that would be it? But no, you also need the Game Boy Player disc. Without it, you're fucked. Remember how easy the Super Game Boy was? All you do, you take the cartridge, you put it in the Super Game Boy, and then you put that in your Super Nintendo, and boom, you're playing with power.
There's always something.
Not losing this tiny ass disc. Oh fuck. Okay, so here's Shrek the movie on Game Boy Advance on GameCube plus Sharkdale.
I just noticed. There's the Sonic.exe for the Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog in the mirror. And there's... What was it called? The Hong Kong 97... yes, Hong Kong 97. Hong Kong 97 is right on there. Oh my gosh. Game Boy Play.
The hell is this? I did everything right. Just let me watch Shrek already, god damn it. It turns out the Game Boy Player can't play these types of movie packs. I guess Nintendo was afraid people would capture the movie footage and use it to sell bootlegs. Yeah, sell bootlegs of shitty, low-resolution, pixelated movies. So what am I gonna do now? Well, since I'm in a Shrek mood, I guess I'll see what games I have. While I'm looking for this game, remember when I said Shrek was a clever parody of Disney? Well, Shrek quickly became a parody of itself by also having a ton of sequels, spin-offs, theme park rides, toys, and of course, video games. Alright, here we go. For the Game Boy Color, Shrek's Fairy Tale Freakdown? What the fuck is a Freakdown?
Oh, only now we're getting to the actual title? I thought we are now just getting into the game. As soon as we start the video and move onwards, I thought we were going to move on to actually watching videos for mini gaming consoles, handheld consoles, which is pretty cool.
I'm guessing it's ripping off the term SmackDown, which makes sense since this looks like a wrestling game and came out during WWF's Attitude Era. Plus, it's appropriate since there was a wrestling scene in the movie, so a Freakdown it is. First thing you need to do is pick a language. Well, let's see, American or English? I mean, what difference does it make? Is it going to change the spelling of Game Boy Color? Next, you're greeted with a pixelated Shrek putting some poor dude in a fucking headlock with a scary-ass grin on his face. I'm gonna squash your head like a grape, motherfucker! Okay.
That's a good impersonation.
Okay, let's hit start. And holy shit, that donkey looks like ass. That ass looks like ass. I guess I'll just pick Shrek. Let's get ready to rumble in the jungle. I mean, the forest. Oh, God. What the fuck? What the hell is wrong with Shrek's face? Wait, I thought this was wrestling. There's no grappling, pins, a referee, or even a ring. This is just a run-of-the-mill tournament fighter. Oh, and even worse, the controls are not responsive at all.
Oh.
The combos just won't register. Luckily, the big bad wolf is just a big bad bitch and is easy to take down. Just drop kick him until he dies. And I like watching Shrek dance while the wolf crumbles to the ground like a sack of potatoes. Next, you fight Pinocchio in a village. Pinocchio's a real asshole. Not only can he throw objects, but he can use his boner nose to hit you from further away. Oh, great, now I'm dead. Did Shrek just fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did it. It's not like he got the fart punched out of him. He fell over, went stiff, and then farted, which means that he died. I mean, his muscles relaxed, his sphincters loosened, and fecal matter has escaped. So this was his death shit. Ah.
This game is way ahead of its time because South Park actually did the shitting and pooping after dying in that Walmart episode of South Park. This game is way ahead of its time, I think.
Shrek died. Death shit. If you do get to beat that puppet prick Pinocchio, you move into the dungeon to fight, the Riddler? Oh, no, it's just the gingerbread man on candy cane stilts. Well, now he's just there looking pissed off. I'd be pissed off too if I was vaporized by a clearly constipated Shrek over here. Next is the swamp, where we have a mirror match like in Mortal Kombat. It's Shrek on Shrek carnage! I gotta fight myself, and honestly, one of the greatest enemies to overcome in your life is yourself. So this game is rather, poetic. You know, the mirror matches do show me how great Shrek can be.
I mean, it can be a good kind of poetic if you're fighting against your evil self to become a better person.
To play as, if you can actually pull off his special moves. He farts fire and projectile vomits across the entire screen. Shame these controls are such ass. I'd love to pull off a ha pukin. After killing yourself, it's off to the wrestling ring? Really? Finally? It's now a wrestling game? Nope. You just fight the executioner inside of a wrestling ring looking stage. Bogus. In the movie, the wrestling ring scene wasn't a real ring. It was a horse stable. So did the coders not watch the movie? Anyway, the executioner dies and does a flip. Lastly, you head to the mirror room to easily beat Lord Fuckwad, or whatever his name is, and that's it. That's the entire game. No story, no ending, no nothing. Just a screen that says champion. And then you're sent back to replay the game as other awful characters you've unlocked. I tried some of them too, but it didn't make much of a difference. After you beat the game once, there's no reason to go back. Zero replay value. You know what? Fuck this game, and fuck the Game Boy movie, and fuck the GameCube player thingy, whatever, and fuck Shark Tale while you're at it. Fuck the very plastic this game was made on, and fuck the movie Shrek. It's overrated. I don't know why the Library of Congress has to have that one. What the fuck?
Playtime is over.
Oh dear. Oh!
If you think the movie Shrek is overrated, well, the Nostalgia Critic is right up with you. So, wow, that's the game? Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown? That's the game? You know what? That game reminds me of Spider-Man 2 for the PSP, which I played on an emulator. You go through several levels, which doesn't have that much to offer, and that's it. It has zero replay value whatsoever. Though, I can't really decide which one's worse, this game or Spider-Man 2 for the PSP. Because with Fairy Tale Freakdown, you at least get to play multiple characters after you're done. What replay value does Spider-Man 2 for the PSP have? Nothing. But at least Spider-Man 2 has decent graphics. Decent. Oh, well, okay. The graphics are much better than Shrek Fairy Tale Freakdown. So, which game is worse? This or Spider-Man 2 for the PSP? Fairy Tale Freakdown, you can play as some of the characters again, but it has shitty graphics. The PSP Spider-Man 2 game, there's no reason to replay it. It has zero replay value. absolute zero. There's not 1% whatsoever. But at least the graphics and the voice acting is decent. Pick your poison.
Shrek. Yeah. You got a friend in me? Yeah, you got a friend. Oh, that was Toy Story. Fuck.
Yes, that's Toy Story.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Oh, that was easy.
Well, that was some dumb luck.
How do you get out of that? Your master escape. Your master at escaping.
Come on. I'm almost away from these Shrek freaks. Who the fuck builds their personality on Shrek?
Broger Shrek.
Fuck! I mean, Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Indeed. Is our special guest ready for the ritual?
Yeah, he sure is, my booger. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some creepy Shrek erotica to write.
That's the spirit, but not right now. The ceremony's about to begin.
Oh my gosh. What kind of music is this?
What's the matter with you? Call that dancing?
Oh, fuck! 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 Fuck this. Fuck Shrek. Fuck Smash Mouth and fuck you, assholes.
Okay, what kind of music were they doing? I cannot recognize it whatsoever. Punch them.
Excellent ruse, nerd. But the game is ogre.
Quit it with the Shrek puns already. And game over? What game?
The game of the played leading the player. You see, we sent you that Game Boy movie.
What?
Yeah.
No, I got that from the library.
Of Congress? All according to plan. Shrek's disciples have reached the highest level of government. How else would we have gotten Shrek into the Library of fucking Congress?
So, you were testing me?
Don't you see? We are testing everyone. Testing your loyalty to our Ogre Lord. A test you have failed. This is the part where you get sacrificed.
What?
Really?
You gonna kill me because I don't like Shrek? It's a shitty 20-year-old movie. You people are crazy. I don't believe any of this.
Well, allow me to make you a believer, nerd.
What? What are you
Oh,
thinking?
now there it.
In the name of God. What?
Okay, now I can recognize the music they were going with.
You were thinking.
That's a plush doll. I'm pretty sure it is. And they put it... tell if this is blue screened or not. It probably is. And that's the first episode. Well, if you think the movie Shrek is overrated, video game nerd, well, you and the Nostalgia Critic have another thing in common. Right up there with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's funny how James Ruffle is going with the skits, which can be slightly longer than playing the game itself. Then again, that game has next to zero content whatsoever, so at least you provide more quality than the game. I'll applaud you on that. So they are parodying the Wicker Man. I just remembered, it's the Wicker Man. If there's one negative thing I can say about this is that, well, it's the music. If they were trying to parody the Shrek music by using the trombones or something. Wait. The pipes! The pipes! Yes. With accordions or pipes or whatever. I can understand remixing the music, but for most of the time, I cannot tell that they are parodying the Shrek music. There is only one time where I can tell they are parodying the Shrek music. That's it. That's pretty much it. I'm not sure if you need to use headphones in order to get the rest, but they need to do a better job with the sound quality and the instruments when it comes to using the pipes to remix the Shrek music. That's really a negative thing I can say about this. Overall, this is a pretty good episode, and props to James Ruffle for providing more content than the actual game.
And Spider-Man PS2 for that, and Spider-Man 2 for the PSP for that matter.
If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. It warms my heart, and I hope you have a good day or night, and take care.